It's the newest stadium on the NFL landscape, and it might just be the grandest as you get a look at SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Kickoff for the Chargers.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. KJ Hamler returning it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. The tackle by Quincy Williams.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough, who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Tackle made at the
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Hamler now on the return. Terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
At the Chargers' 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Steps away to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs. Run for Pollard. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
A quick throw outside by Locke. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. They look to throw. It's Locke. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Nicole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be second and goal.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On second and goal, Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Complete to
Nicole Hardman. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
Brendan McMahon.
And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
Again, Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Herbert back to the air. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On is the punter long here as he sends this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
42-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. Then he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Out of the gun, Herbert. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen, but it's going to be 2nd down.
He was
2 seconds to go, 1st quarter. On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing. Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
14-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you're doing. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lock, flush to his right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
That's a nice clip and save sequence.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Back at the 24-yard line.
Now Eckler. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And it's up and good.
Makes the score Chargers 17, Broncos 7.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Touchdown, Denver.
Tony Pollard. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Chargers 17.
Boy, they're down only one score, still 1st half, but they're going to line up for the onside kick.
To kick off for Denver.
And I think the Broncos have it. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 45. To throw it is Lock. This is the tight end Fant. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by the rookie linebacker, Kenneth Murray. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. They'll let this go for the end zone. It'll be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Florida, C.J. Henderson. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose and picked up by the Chargers.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Now, we had the fumble last week. Now, here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here is Eckler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd and 8.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And a big bonus here as he's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll run here with Eckler, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Lock. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Allen, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. To throw again. Herbert. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Herbert on third down now. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
25-yard line.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
7 at the Broncos' 22-yard line.
Herbert throwing again. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
This is caught, and he's in for a Charger touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab, and the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On second and 9, Locke. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Ball carrier.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Locke. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Taking a deep shot. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Mecole Hardman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, That big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try to make a comeback.
And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
45-yard line.
Here's Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure this.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 29 yards. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak.
at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak.
That's true.
Filet.
Filet. 10 ounce. 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Another try after the first down sack. Lock, and he'll take this one up to about the 23. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing now is Lock. And that is incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They do go for it. It's Lock. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. On the ground, it's Eckler. Just a yard down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
It's Eckler again, and he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Chargers on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
5-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Block working out of the gun. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Here's Locke.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Locke gonna go on 4th down. Completes it to Hardman. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Locke again. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On play action, Locke taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks.
Austin Eckler.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And no room to maneuver there. Give them a yard up to the 47.
Tackle made at the 47.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On the give, this is Eckler. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
No gain on the play. Leads to 3rd and 11.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we...
And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And they will take a knee here.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Chargers, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everybody.